Hum, hum, hum. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Gam Ganapatiye Namaha. Om Namah Shivaya. Om Brahma Mirastriparan Takare Banishashi Bumisato Buddhasha Gurusha Shukra Shani Rahu Keteva Sarvagraha Shantikara Bhavantu. Om Gurave Namaha. Well, greetings and welcome to another episode of Cosmic Kev 100. This is where we take the planets, in Sanskrit referred to as grahas, the houses, which are known in Sanskrit as bhavas, and the signs of the zodiac known as rishis. Now, this is mostly according to your rising sign, and you really have to know the time you're born to know that. And otherwise, if you know your moon sign, that's the next best one to use. Sun sign is kind of like your third level. I know that a lot of Western astrologers, that's it, what are you, and that's okay too. I mean, I've studied Western astrology for 42 years now, but mostly in the last 15, 16 years have been, getting deeper into Jyotish, which is sidereal Vedic astrology in the tradition of the Bharata people, or sometimes referred to as Hindi people, in India. And then, this predates Judaism and Christianity, and I think there's some deep, early spiritual implications that we can get. And, and if something's not in alignment with that ultimate truth, then you're welcome to completely disregard it. Because it's like, this isn't about bondage. It says in Scripture, you shall know the truth, and the truth shall set you free. So God, just help me right now, through your Son, Yeshua, and by the power of the Holy Spirit, give a good message to everyone who's watching this. And may all illusions of improper activity, all illusions of deceit be thrown away. Let this reflect ultimate truth and ultimate love as we get into this forecast. So, where are we at? So, we've got this is for Friday, the 12th of April 2024. Now, looking in the sky, we'd see the moon in the constellation of Taurus moving into Gemini. And the lunar mansion that straddles both Taurus and Gemini is known as Mrigashira. And earlier in the day, it might still be in Rohini, and Rohini is considered to be the favorite, is all in Taurus, and that's considered to be the favorite wife of the moon, and it's ruled by the moon, and it brings a lot of luxury, kind of earthly pleasure. But here in Mrigashira, it's kind of a very strange story about Brahma creating a daughter that he was so in love with that he lusted after her, and the daughter turned herself into a doe, and fled. Brahma turned himself into a stag to pursue the deer, and Shiva or Vishnu, I'm not really sure, one of them cut the stag's head off so there wouldn't be any cosmic incest. Mrigashira, half Taurus, half Gemini. Taurus is ruled by Venus, Gemini is ruled by Mercury. Now these planets, the planet of Mercury, the planet of Venus, are considered to be Raja planets, which means that they increase desire. They increase passion. Mercury, it's a passion for technology, a passion for information, a passion for money, a passion for toys. Maybe playfulness. In Venus, it's a passion for creativity, a passion for love relationships, a passion to make connection. Now, the thing about these Raja planets is that they don't satisfy. You never have enough love, you never have enough creativity, Venus, you never have enough money, you never have enough information or technology, Mercury. So we can't look here to satisfy. So what happens is when you pursue things that are not going to satisfy you, what ends up happening is you lose your head. And that is really the message. Now, all the half earth, half air nakshatras are Mars ruled, whether we're talking Mrigashira, Shitra, or Dynista. And the thing is that air and earth coming together rule logic. Mars is known as a logistician. Mars is Lord of the Earth, dealing with practicalities. And on the practical level about Mrigashira is it makes people really good shoppers for yard sales, thrift stores. There's this whole thing about searching. You know, deers are always searching for the greener grass. And they're kind of like rabbits too. Rabbits are searching, moving around for things. So this is, you know, it's a nakshatra of the seeker. But rather than seeking just immediate physical pleasure or lust or attachments, even if they're to our family, ultimately we're going to lose our head. And, you know, the next nakshatra, you know, we'll get into later on Saturday is Ardhara, the teardrop, rain, crying, and then realizing that the next day on Sunday when it's in Punavasu that we have to make godly goals and we have to release the arrow for God to direct in order for us to get that real wisdom. So I know that's really far out there, and it's like I'm probably one of the strangest believers in the planet. And you know, I've had Christians tell me that I'm not, that I'm just, this is the devil and things. But I just want to encourage you Christians, if you really are concerned about me, come to me in love. Don't come to me as an authority and as this like Christian warrior hero by being cruel to me and trying to disclude me. God gives us signs in the heavens, folks, and to share them with people is not blasphemy. Be wise as serpents, harmless as doves. The serpent is a symbol of the occult, folks. The dove is a symbol of the Holy Spirit. Just don't do it for your own ego. This isn't for my own ego. I really sincerely do this to help people. And I'm hoping it'll help you. If all you know is your sun sign, you'll still find some relevance to this. So the rest of this horoscope is going to be in the Western tradition. So, I mean, in Western astrology for Friday, we're looking at a moon in Gemini the whole day. And I think it's mostly going to be in Rohini Nakshatra, but probably by the evening, it's going to go, you know, by the afternoon, it goes into Mrigashira. Saturday, by you know, late morning, early afternoon, according to Pacific Daylight Time right now, it'll go into Ardhara, the teardrop, and then at some point Sunday, it will be in Punarvasu. Yeah. Monday in Pushama. Lovely, you know. So in Western astrology, that means people born between like March 20th through the 19th of April, in most cases, you know. Greetings, Aries. Welcome your horoscope. So Mars is in Pisces. You know, sometimes Mars and Pisces is confusion, and there is a cluster of planets in your 12th house. 12th house is a place of loss. It's also the place of the ashram, or the temple, or the monastery. It's a place where you need to develop yourself spiritually. And so even though this is a new beginning with the sun in your first house, and you're kind of like the flavor of the month, a lot of things are going your way, you also have to look at this and say to yourself, you know, I could be spending more time in prayer. I could be spending more time with the divine. And, you know, God has many faces. And I'm not here to bring about a sense of confusion, but rather to put a light on these mysteries and this truth. And so here's the good news for Aries, is that Jupiter, along with Uranus, are together This could change issues involving your family that have been stuck, issues involving finances and money that have been stuck. These could all be changing as we go through the week for the better. And for the most part, I think the early part of the week, Monday and Tuesday, are going to be like your power days, especially Tuesday. All right. So, greetings, Taurus, and welcome to your horoscope. So, what we're seeing is you still have a lot of activity in your social life. Venus being in your 12th house, it could, there could be pleasures of the bed and getting a good night's sleep, but this is sort of like your karma season until the 19th, when the sun moves into seasonal Taurus, because it's not really in that constellation. The constellation would be Vedic astrology. It wouldn't be seasonal Western astrology. It's like, well, Cosmic Cab, does that mean that most of us Tauruses are Aries? Yeah, I'd say so, yeah, especially if you're born before the 13th of May. Yeah, that would be true. Yeah. How to deal with that? Well, there's slightly different implications in Jyotish, science of light, Vedic astrology we say about this, but pay attention to the fact that with Mars being in the 11th house, there's still a lot of social activity. Venus in the 12th house, there's a sense of loss right now, and fulfillment of your dreams, maybe a sense of isolation. I mean, at worst would be like being in jail or in a hospital or something like that. Large corporations, dealing with taxes, debt loss, that type of thing seems to be also a part of this. Moon in the second house, going into the third house over this weekend. Things in your community, things involving neighbors, that's going to be a big deal. That's going to be happening, and you'll make progress. You'll get more courage as the week goes on, and by the time we get to the 19th, you'll be the flavor of the month. Greetings, Gemini. Welcome to your horoscope. So Mercury is going to be retrograde still until we get to the 25th of April. And dealing with this seasonal time of year, this is your social lifetime. This is the time when the weather warms up, and if it's a sunny day, I know that eastern third of the country tends to be really wet this time of year, a lot of rain. Miraculously during the eclipse, Cleveland was clear. I mean, Cleveland tends to have like miserable weather in April. So, blessing of climate change on them, I suppose. I don't know how to look at it any other way. And one thing I'm learning is that there's science, but there's also scientism. There's paid for science that is attached to an economic agenda of our corporate overlords. I mean, in a lot of ways, they are the material manifestation of demonic activity. We don't want to look at this, Love of money is the root of all kinds of evil, I guess, according to the original Greek. And so we all want security, but our security lies in the Creator that gives us our life and our life force. Doesn't really necessarily rely with this, but there's things you can do in the natural world to align with this stuff, and it's not a bad idea to know that or do that. So anyhow, you're kind of like Friday, you're popular, moon's in your first house, and that continues through Saturday morning. Later Saturday morning, moon goes into your second house. So most of the weekend, moon will be in Cancer. You can make some money this weekend if you're working festivals or yard sales or whatever. That could help your finance. Maybe you're dealing with family organizations, dealing with your values, getting on your taxes, because it's that time of year, folks, and you want to hang on to your money as long as you can, so I totally get that. But like I said, it's mostly like things going on in the social life. Mercury won't go direct till the 25th. Take anything you hear at a party or whatever with a grain of salt. not everything that gets predicted happens. Thank God. Or thank God it's like the divine feminine form of the Almighty. But here we go. Here we go. I'm certainly not a theological expert, but anyhow, greetings, Cancer. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, I mean, this weekend, as of 10:45 Saturday, Pacific Daylight Time, Moon's going to be in Cancer. So most of Saturday, most of Sunday, I think even part of Monday till we will be Cancer Moon. Yeah, until the evening. So it's powerful Monday, powerful weekend. These are planting moon days this Saturday, Sunday, Monday. I think especially Sunday, Monday, getting things in the ground, planting your seeds, protect them if you're still in an area that could experience frost, which, I mean, I'd say most places north of 40 degrees north latitude, there's still a chance unless you're in a moderated coastal environment or a real low elevation area. And so, you got to be, ready to protect them with something, with a cloth or a glass or something. Try to get away from plastic here. Career life is the main thing for Cancers during Aries season. So there's a lot of things going into your career. Of course, this weekend, you're on stage. So I'd say this is a really powerful time for you. And you can hook into that power with gratitude, grace, and help a lot of people too. Greetings, Leo. Welcome to your horoscope. So I know like this week the moon's going to go into Leo on Monday night. So Tuesday, Wednesday, we're going to have moon in Leo. And, Leo brings a lot of courage. And during Aries season, it's, Aries is a ninth house experience. That means you're going to learn a lot. There's opportunities for travel. There's opportunities to make things better with your father. There's opportunities for you to get in your spiritual life. This is the other ashram house, monastery house. So this one could be more like a fun retreat. You're learning something. You're getting to know the divine better. The essence of where we come from and where we're going. This material Maya illusion is all temporary. All we take with us is our soul, folks. And so you want to do the soul things. This is why, like Jesus said, lay up for yourself treasures in heaven where moth and dust does not corrupt. Doing the good things, helping those who can't help themselves, helping widows, helping poor people, helping people, feeding people. These are the things that are going to elevate your life. Now, as we go through the weekend, this is kind of a weekend to really work on your spiritual life. And as we go into the weeks, beginning with Monday night, you're going to feel this kind of empowerment and this charge. And by Wednesday, you got it going on, and you'll be feeling it with the moon in both sidereal and tropical Leo. So, just come out and good blessings are coming in your career world. Good things are coming. And just take that. Now, greetings, Virgo. Welcome to your horoscope. I mean, I think for Virgo, Aries time a year, not necessarily the easiest time. Aries rules your 8th house. 8th house is a Dustana house. It's a harder house to go through. It represents other people's property, other people's power. And it's kind of a humbling process. Most of you Virgos are sidereal Leos. And as much as you help others analyze, serve others, and, you take people really seriously and yourself seriously as to your sincerity and your place. And there's all these other implications, because you're not only do you serve people, but you lead people, you entertain people, and you help people. So these are all the things. This properties of healing, Mercury retrograde. Mercury retrograde in Western Aries, in sidereal Pisces, it's not that bad actually. It's I mean, it's in kind of a tumultuous place with the Gandanta, but it's like breathe through it, is what I would say. It's still eighth house, no matter how we're cutting it, Pay attention to your dreams. Pay attention to messages in dreams. I saw a lizard pass me by when I was on the porch. Lizard often means dreams. And I've had some very interesting dreams. And everything is not the way you look. I would, whatever your politics are, I would just question all of it right now. Because it's all being controlled by huge, corporations like BlackRock and State Street and central bankers, and really there's not much on a state or national level that you're going to be able to change unless those forces change. And are they out for your good? Unfortunately, they're only out for their own good, from what I've observed. That's why, but we can pray for them. I agree. We can do, some rituals of love and powerful change that people's hearts will melt, and that they'll see the humanity of every living being, every animal, insect, fish, tree, plant, that all of them are under the divine order and they're all gifts to us. So we want to be able to help all those things. A lot of transformation for you. And, I'd say just for Virgo, just hunker down and get into your spiritual life. That's the main thing. And don't take anything personal. Just let it happen. Let other people make their mistakes. Don't take any responsibility for them. You do good at yard sales. Here with the Mrigashira moon or kind of underground economies. That's one of the things that flourish. And ask others for help. That's how you're going to get through this week. It's just allowing yourself to be humble enough to ask other people for help. I guess Wednesday night, moon will be in Virgo, and Thursday, next Friday. So those will be your powerful days. Greetings, Libra. Welcome to your horoscope. You're the balance to Aries, and Aries can be so self-concerned, and Libra's like, hey, how do we do this together? Boy, we can use a lot of that. We need that kind of Libran energy. So where's Venus? Venus is in Aries. Venus is in your 7th house. It's a lovely position for you. So in a lot of ways, relationships, and even your career, how you make contracts with people, how you work with other people, this is what's the focus right now. This is what you should be working on, looking at. This weekend, moon will be in the career house. So, it might be a little more responsibility at work. It's going to go, moon this week is going. I like doing that. That's fun. That's the first time I think I've done that on this show. And think also in terms of Mercury, because most of you are sidereal Virgos. And Mercury retrograde in your 7th house. It's like, it's easy to have miscommunication. Slow down. Get quiet. Write poetry. Do things in writing. Journal. Write down what you want. Greetings, Scorpio, and welcome to your horoscope. So, a lot of things for you are about your kids, with Mars, Neptune, and Saturn in the 5th. So, kind of like if there's difficulties with your child, they're going to come up. But you're going to work with them in a sense of grace, a sense of love. Service work, allergies, health issues, the people you work with, people at work you don't like or don't like you, that happens a lot when the sun's going through the sign of Aries. And, for Scorpio, they like Aries overall, but it can be an annoying sign because a lot of times they're not paying attention to that intuitive side. You've got Mars and Pluto. You got this little extra planet helping you out. And so it's not all rush, 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 go, go, go. It's like, wait a second. I don't think that bridge is necessarily stable. I don't think we should go. Oh no, we should go, and suddenly, listen to your gut feelings, and I think there's a happiness in relationships is coming. Just help others. That's one of the remedies for these 6 house Dustana house thing is helping others, giving to the poor. You can never do enough of that. Lay up treasures in heaven. Greetings, Sagittarius. Welcome to your horoscope. Okay, so I want many blessings to be showered on you. This is a more introspective time for you, by the way. Your heart is open, and there's a lot of issues involving your children. For the most part, it's okay. Mercury can sometimes indicate children too, and if it's retrograde, it's like, hey, I need to get you going in this direction rather than that direction. So if you're a Sagittarius, rising moon, you got children, this is likely to be a little bit of an issue. And, looking at Mars too, the sidereal Scorpio sense of things, might be restless about where you're living right now and kind of wanting to move and do some other things. But then there's the thing about Saturn is like, stick around, pay attention, don't just do anything really quick and brash, and the whole thing when we get Mars and Saturn together, it's like one foot's on the accelerator, the other foot's on the brake. And this involves sometimes older parents, older people in your household, your ancestors, things involving fixed assets. All of this stuff is more in a demand to you, while you're really overall just kind of happy and in your heart flow. But there's some work to be done, and it's with Jupiter in the 6th house, there are some obstacles to get over. Okay, greetings, Capricorn. Welcome to your horoscope. Well, just we're starting out here, with Moon in Gemini, 6th house, so it's like, there's some work to do, and it's just like, just do it. Be patient. Be good to yourself. Everything's in that bottom part. That's the part of the chart I hear that really builds your character. When you have those kind of planets going on, it's, that's sort of boring to you because you're all about business and stuff and the nuts and bolts of life. But it's really those interchanges that build foundation. And they're going to help you move forward through the summer season and make it a much more lovely time for you. Working on your home projects involving your parents, projects involving fixed assets, you need to move, you need to sell, you need to rehabilitate. Those are important. 3rd house stuff, siblings, difficulties with siblings. There's been more of that. But Mars in the 3rd gives courage, and it's a karaka, it's an activator. So you've got a little more oomph to just kind of push through. And sometimes you have to push through the pain and make the gain. I think you know about that, Capricorn. So I think the beginning of the week, this weekend's going to be lovely. There's going to be some bumps, but by the end of the week, you're going to be, glad I got through that. Greetings, Aquarius. Welcome to your horoscope. So, Pluto in the 1st house always gives insights. Never ignore 1st house stuff. Saturn in the 2nd house. So still working on the money trip, your business, your values. And when we love what we do and do what we love, it brings in a certain kind of wealth. And not all wealth can be measured in money. What's giving you really ultimate satisfaction? 2nd house is also what we eat and our diet, and springtime is kind of like the season for fasting and purifying and kind of building a new self so that we can get into our later spring and summer period with really positive health and growth to take us through the fall and winter months. So that's something I pay attention to. Aries time is about friends and siblings and for you, and short trips, a lot of movement. But don't forget to get that, to regenerate yourself, to cool your jets and have some good time at home. And The weekend looks, for the most part, fun, but you might be having to do some volunteer work and help with some projects as well. Okay, greetings Pisces, and welcome to your horoscope. And greetings to all my Pisces friends out there, and just people who've been giving me shout outs. There's been quite a few of you, and thank you for your comments. I so appreciate you. You're helping me be better at what I'm doing, and everything is a gift. Everything good we have, it's by grace. If anyone should boast, if you're following these universal rules, life principles, and in my own studies, I find that they transcend all religions. All of them have some ultimate truth. There is that whole Gospel of John thing where, Yeshua is, I am the way, the truth, and the life. What I like is that he who is in the Son shall be set free and be free indeed. The other one I like is that I am the vine and you are the branches. It's like when we're rooted in that divine presence of God's love, we have a life flow that comes through us. We're not necessarily free agents. We all had other people that did things that allow us to be here, and there's soul and spirit behind all of them to get us to this place. And I think Pisces people kind of know that. There's been some limits in your life. There's been this kind of recharging energy thing going on over the last month. With Mars now in your first house. Aries season is about values, it's about money, it's about family. And I mean, these planets are all cloistered in the sky. If you're looking in the sky, it's all Aquarius through Aries. I mean, that's like a place where we're seeing transformation of release and birth. And so these are very universal themes. And just working on yourself is the main thing for Pisces right now, and giving love to your neighbors, your friends, family, even if that's just like baking cookies or something and giving it to them, and just offering love, some oranges from your fruit tree or whatever you've got going on right now. More love, that's it. Whatever you can give is going to return to you. So in this week, in this time, as we're getting closer to Pesach, Passover, and realizing how much grace has gotten us through this journey to where we're going, let's show immense love towards one another. Let's not be worried about the future in terms of want for material, but let's see it in terms of that all peoples and all beings' needs are met. So, Om Shanti 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 Om Shalom. Thank you. I appreciate your comments. Don't be afraid to subscribe. We're getting closer to 1,000. I think we're at about 860 now. I need more subscribers. Thank you for sharing. Thank you for being a friend. Thank you for watching. Namaste.